It's like the whole book of Job, I feel like, is I couldn't agree more that that's where you land on with it, right? Because it isn't a book of answers, but it's a book of questions that are intentionally meant to sit a little bit of heartburn or something. You know what I mean? Sit oddly or weird or uncomfortably because they're real life. I love that the Bible, it's not cheap. I mean, this is one of the most amazing pieces of literature to have ever been written. Yeah. It's no mistake that we've held on to it for thousands of years. Yes. The Bible in its entirety, but also specifically the book of Job here, like it's not the cheap, easy, lazy answers that, Christians are often, what's the word I'm looking for? Accused. I won't say confused. That's not the right. I was confused. That the Christians are often accused of giving. It's exactly the opposite. It doesn't give answers. I love to compare the book of Job to the movie Inception. Because that movie. Oh man, it's so good. And then you get to the, spoiler alert, right? You get to the end of the movie, right? And that's what the whole movie is like, leading to this one moment that doesn't resolve, right? The top is spinning, and it represents whether or not the whole thing was a dream or not, basically, right? Yep. And then you see the top begin to wobble a little bit, but it's still going solid, and then the movie cuts, and you're left to wonder, well, which was it?
Yeah, was this real or not?
And you realize the whole movie was this movie if the top falls, and the whole movie was that movie if the top doesn't fall. Yeah. And my take on that is that was on purpose. I mean, obviously, of course it was on purpose, but somehow that seems contentious because everybody says it fell or it didn't fall. You know? Yeah. And I would say
there's
no.
a third option.
Yeah, I think it was a beautiful piece of art, that a movie that was masterfully composed to be two different movies in parallel. Yeah. And depending on whether it falls or not, and you'll never know whether it falls or not because it was supposed to be both at the same time. Yeah. And the book of Job in a lot of ways is that way, although I think there are answers to the questions that the book of Job poses, but the book of Job does not show you if the top falls or not. Yeah. The book of Job does not give you a clean resolve. It's meant, and because what happens the moment you finished watching Inception in the movie theater the first time or on the couch with your friends the very first time you watched it, what happened? Movie cuts and you're immediately talking with all of your friends. Did it fall? Did it not fall? And you continue to do so. And here we are years after the movie's released and we're still saying, did it fall or not fall? And I feel like I've got a hot take, that it did and didn't, Yeah. And so we're thinking about it a lot more. And the book of Job could give you the answers that it poses, I think. I think there are answers to many of the questions. Yeah. But it doesn't give them because the value is in the wrestling. Yeah. Because there are some answers that just won't satisfy when they're written on a page. Yeah. They have to be fought through. You have to gain the answer to that question by wrestling with the Lord. And certainly if the point of all of it is relationship with the Lord, then knowing the answer might actually have you escape from actually holding the answer, which is nearness to the Lord.
Yeah, that's a great point. It's like you kept saying, just stay at the table. Like that's, and I think you said that maybe in a couple of your sermons of kind of the beauty here is you stay at the table. That's what we can take away is what does it look like for you in your wrestling to stay at the table, which I thought was so helpful, in a book that can be so confusing, but to kind of have a nugget to hold on to.
Yeah.